Welcome to FPL Cheat Sheet Briefing, the podcast that gives you a data-driven edge in the Fantasy Premier League.
We are locked, loaded, and ready. Game week 17 is right around the corner, and, the festive period is always just chaos.
It's absolute chaos, and that's why today's mission is so critical. We're doing a full deep dive, giving you the optimal blueprints for Game Week 17. We're talking the best wild card, the best free hit, and for those chasing rank.
The high upside differentials wildcard, yeah.
Exactly. But as always, before we look forward, we have to look back. We start with accountability.
We have to. It's all about trusting the data, and that means seeing where it was spot on and, where the variance of football just decided to do its thing. So let's kick off with the Game Week 16 retrospective.
Okay, let's do it. So the standard wildcard team, the data model predicted, about 63 expected points for the whole squad?
Yeah, 62.78 for the starting 11, to be precise. And it came in at 58 actual points.
So a 5-point gap. Is that just noise, or is there a lesson in there for us?
I think it's mostly the necessary margin of error, but the details are what's fascinating. The core picks were pretty much spot on. You had Palmer, just back from injury, immediately getting 6 points.
Which we love to see.
Exactly. Saka, the safe captain choice, smashed it with 11 points. And the real standout was Fernandes, who just blew his expected points out of the water with 13.
So he was the massive overperformer that sort of balanced things out.
He really was. But here's the key lesson, and I think everyone listening needs to hear this. It's about squad depth.
Yep.
We had Calvert-Lewin on the bench.
And he scored 9 points.
9 points. If managers had just swapped him in, that team would have hit 67 points, flying past the expected total. It's a huge reminder to look at that bench.
That's a massive lesson. It really is. Okay, what about the free hit team? This is where the model usually gets to show off a bit.
And it did. The free hit was, immaculate. This is the model in its element, focusing on just 1 week. We predicted 63 expected points.
Yeah.
It got exactly 63 actual points. Perfect sync. Yeah. Driven by those key performers we mentioned, Fernandes, Saka, Chalobah, Sanchez, Cherki. It just confirms the model's accuracy for a 1-week punt.
Okay, now for the painful part. The one that always stings a little. The differentials wildcard.
Right. So just a quick refresher. This is where we cap players at 15% ownership or total selected by. It's for managers chasing big green arrows.
The ultimate high-risk, high-reward play. And the prediction was 58 expected points, but it landed on just 42. That's a big miss.
It is, and that is variance in a nutshell. When you snack your team with differentials, you accept that risk. And this week, they missed.
And of course, there was that classic FPL moment. The gut-wrenching benches.
Yeah, yes. Ekitiké scores 13 points sitting right there on the bench. It's just heartbreaking.
If he had started.
The team would have scored 54 points. It would have been so much closer, so the data picked the right players, But that final starting 11 decision is just paramount in these high-variance weeks.
A tough lesson, but one we take into Game Week 17. So let's pivot. Let's talk about the opportunity ahead. We start with the core blueprint. The Game Week 17 wildcard team.
Right. This is built for now, but also for the long haul. Team value is right on 100 million. The starting 11 is projecting a very strong 59 expected points.
And the total squad.
Yeah.
After our bench lesson.
The full 15 comes in at 67 expected points. So that bench is live and ready to contribute, which is key.
And the headline, the one everyone's been waiting for? Haaland is back.
He is back, and he's in this team, playing at home against West Ham. He is the default captain, no question.
But we need to go a step further, don't we?
We absolutely do. For anyone listening, if you still have your triple captainship, the data is screaming at you. This is the week.
Against West Ham at home.
It's the highest potential return we're seeing before the year ends. This is a direct recommendation from the data. If you have it, use it now.
That's a bold, direct call. I love it. Okay, so beyond Haaland, who's in the supporting cast, let's talk forwards.
We've got 2 great value picks, Mateta against Leeds and Thiago against Wolves. Mateta's underlying numbers, his expected goal involvement, have been trending way up.
Criminally undervalued right now.
Completely. And Thiago is just a high-volume shooter and a really good fixture. Great picks that don't break the bank.
Moving into that midfield engine room. Some familiar names here.
Of course. Reliability is key. Palmer, back from injury, always delivers. We call him ice cold Palmer for a reason.
He just gets it done.
He does. Cherki is still a great Man City option, and Fernandes, well, after that 13-pointer, he's proven he belongs, even with a tougher fixture on paper.
And defense. We're looking for that mix of clean sheet potential and maybe a little attacking upside.
Exactly. The core is O'Reilly from City and Calafiori from Arsenal. But the differential I really want to spotlight is De Kuiper.
From Brighton.
Yes, against Sunderland.
Yeah.
He is a data darling. He plays so high at the pitch, he's almost like another midfielder. So the chances of an assist or even a goal are much higher than for a typical defender.
Love that. And a goal, keeping it simple with Petrovic against Burnley. High chance of a clean sheet. A very balanced, powerful squad.
Now, for those who have the free hit chip, this is where the fun really begins. You can just aim for the absolute ceiling for 1 week.
And the numbers reflect that. The starting 11 for the free hit hits 60 expected points.
Just that 1 point higher. But the whole squad jumps to 70 expected points, and that little jump is the entire value of the chip right there.
What's interesting is how much overlap there is with the wildcard team.
The core is the same. That tells you the baseline optimal picks are Haaland as captain, Cherki as vice, Thiago, Palmer, O'Reilly, Calafiori, De Kuiper, and Petrovic. The free hit just lets you sprinkle some extra magic on top.
So where does that extra cash go for the 1 week punt?
First, you bring in Saka. He's away to Everton, but he's just too consistent to ignore on a free hit. But the big move is doubling up on Bournemouth at home to Burnley.
Okay, talk me through that.
The data rates that fixture very, very highly. We're adding Semenyo and Tavernier. Burnley's defense is statistically one of the weakest against attacks from wide areas, which is exactly where those two operate. It's a perfect single game week punt.
A targeted tactical strike. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the final team for the risk takers. The Differentials Wildcard.
Right. And again, this is for managers who need to make up serious ground. The starting 11 expected points is a little lower at 56, which is the trade-off.
But the total squad value is huge.
It's massive. 71 expected points across all 15 players on a budget of just $99.8 million. It's incredible value creation.
The big challenge here, though, is no Haaland. So captaincy becomes a real headache.
It does. And the data model has made a very aggressive call. It selected Cherki as captain with Palmer as vice.
Whoa, Cherki as captain. That feels bold, given the questions about his minutes.
It's what we call calculated aggression. In this game week's projection, he is the best performing Man City asset under that 15% ownership cap.
So the model is prioritizing fixture over guaranteed minutes.
Exactly. It's betting that 60 minutes of Cherki against West Ham will outscore 90 minutes from a lesser differential. If you're nervous about it, Javardiol or O'Reilly are safer City picks, but Cherki is the ceiling play.
Okay, I appreciate that transparency on the risk. What about the other high-reward picks in there?
We're doubling up on Newcastle at home against Chelsea with Gordon and Murphy. Chelsea have been leaky, so that's a great spot. We've already talked about De Kuiper. He's in there too.
And a heavy investment in the Arsenal defense with Saliba and Calafiori.
Yep. And up front, you've got Gyökeres, Welbeck, and Watkins, all solid picks for this game week under that ownership cap, and Becker in goal. It's a squad designed for a massive green arrow.
That brings us perfectly to our listener question for the week, and it's one I'm sure is on a lot of minds. It's simply, I don't have Haaland. What is the best captaincy choice?
That is the ultimate Game Week 17 puzzle, and let's be clear, as we've said, for anyone who does own Haaland, it's an easy choice. Captain him.
And use that triple captain chip if you have it.
100%. The data is crystal clear on that. But for everyone else, you need a pivot. And the good news is the data gives us 4 really strong alternatives.
Let's run through them. Option 1.
Option 1 is Palmer. We call him Ice Cold Palmer because he just delivers. Yes, it's a tough fixture away at Newcastle, but with penalties and his ability to create something from nothing, he's always in the conversation.
Okay, option 2.
Is Cherki. We just talked about him as captain in the differentials team. If you want a piece of that City attack against West Ham without Haaland, he's your man. And at only 5% ownership, he's a true differential with massive upside.
Option 3 is the reliable choice.
It is. It's Saka. Away against Everton, but he is the definition of a pivot you can trust. He's always a threat for a goal or an assist. He's your safe floor option.
And finally, number 4.
Is Fernandes. Another tough fixture on paper, away to Aston Villa, but like Saka, he carries a constant threat. His shot volume, his key passes, he can deliver points in any game.
So you have options there across the entire risk spectrum, from the high upside Cherki to the reliable floor of Saka. Fantastic advice.
You're just accepting a bit more risk than the Haaland triple captain play, and you have to be comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, as we start to wrap up this deep dive, we want to make sure you stay ahead of the curve for the rest of the season.
First things first, you have to be following FPL Cheat Sheet on X. We're always dropping live updates and key insights there, especially as the deadline approaches.
It's essential. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and right here on Spotify. It helps us reach more managers, which means more data for everyone.
And we have to mention the tool that powers all of this. The FPL Cheat Sheet tool gives you exclusive transfer suggestions for your specific team. The link is in our X profile or the video description.
And now for the big news. There's been a rumor flying around.
And we can finally confirm it. The release of FPLCheatSheet.com is real. It is happening. Our developer is working on it as we speak.
And the best part.
The best part is that this whole analytical hub, this entire platform, will be available completely for free to every FPL manager in the world.
You do not want to miss the launch. Follow us on X. You'll see the post the moment it goes live. It's going to change the game.
It really is. So good luck with your transfers, your captaincy choices, all of it. Trust the data, and we hope the variance goes your way this time.
Thanks for diving deep with us. We wish all our listeners a great Game Week 17. May your expected points be high and your actual points be even higher.